today we're going to be talking about oil. We're going to be picking up from where we left off on the last video that we did, right? And we're going to talk about all new opportunities that we can see now, as well as some of the stuff I'm going to talk about you might not like, right? Because it's going to require you to be patient. But bottom line is, like I say, is like I aim to deliver my analysis straight from the heart. Do you know what I mean? Because I want you guys to win. I'm not doing all the work for you. I could do all the work for you, but I'm not doing all the work for you, right? I do expect you to use your mind, because you have a really good one, right? You have a fantastic mind, and you can find your own way through this. All it is I got to do is just point out things that you may or may not have realized, and then once I've done that, I leave it in your capable hands, and then you're then able to obviously make the moves you need to make, right? Now, with that said and done, most important part is I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not professing to be a financial advisor. I'm not even professing to be a guru. That's why I'm not selling you a course, because I don't think I can sell you a course. I'm still trying to figure this out for myself as well. So this is a journey that we're going on together to discover markets for ourselves. So I'm going to point out what I've noticed, and then obviously you're gonna maybe spot something that I may not have noticed in what I've noticed. Okay, that could be a good thing, an interesting thing, a helpful concept. Okay, with that, I encourage that you post it in the comments, so at least we're able to learn off each other, right? So it's just not a one-way street. So with that said, that leads me to this part, which is make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the notification, and you drop us a like. And now we can get to the actual situation that we want to discuss, which is what's going on with oil right now. What's going on with oil, right? So first things first, off the last technicals that I did, right, we can see that I marked this area out, which is 63.31. I said if price breaks below this level, we should be looking for sales. Price has broken below this level, so if you saw it up here, you're doing quite well now, right? You're doing quite well now. Also as well, the second situation that we've got with this pullback is that we've got price leaving the high side, right, of the high value area, which has a low value node right here, right? So price has left this location. Price didn't even play around in this area, okay? Price is now on his way down. Now, if I was to do another channel up here, well, wait, let's wait for this one to fade off. If I was to do another channel up here, right, and we have another channel down here, and we can see that price has come down, right? The next logical move is for price to do a push to the upside. As a matter of fact, let's redo this, right? Let's just redo this. We're just going to focus on the channel in this area, okay? Because I've just spotted something that could be helpful, especially in the coming days. And once again, not financial advice. So, guys, just don't run off with what someone says. Do the work. Make sure it all makes sense. Make sure it all makes sense. Okay. So as we can see, we have a channel right here, right? This is the channel that we have, the channel I was trying to draw earlier, okay? And we can see that price has broken through it, and now we can see the price is now heading up. Now it looks like it's doing a retest, right? That's what it looks like. So let's see where price is right now, okay? So this is a retest level where price could be moving away from. Okay, this retest level, this could be a retest level right here. So that is this area right here to where price is at now. So now what we now need to do is look at all the potential retest levels, and so far I can see an additional 3, right? I can see additional 3. So let's point those areas out. So we've got, this is another potential retest level, and this is another potential retest level, right? Another potential retest level, and I would say, okay, this is the one that is really of interest to me, but I'm gonna highlight this one, right? I'm gonna highlight this one. Yeah, I'm gonna because this one's the closest. But the one that actually pops to me right now is the one that I just highlighted. Now, if you know why that one popped to me instead of the one that I've actually marked out, drop that in the comment section. Like I said, I'm not doing all the work, but I'm gonna drop little nuggets, and then obviously if you're doing the work, you should be able to answer these questions, right? Really simple. We're working together here. We're working together, right? So these are the three potential these are the four potential levels of a possible retest. Okay, so right now it's closed. Actually, no, wait. Do you know what? I'll keep this fair. I'll say we're just going to target the wicks, right? So we've got this one here, which is closed above that level, right? So we're going to ignore this one for now. We're going to focus on the next two. And the next two levels in mind is this level right here, which is 61.89. So that's a possible retest zone, right? The next level after that is 62.12. So price could go there before it pushes back down again, right? And then the third and final is 62.40, right? So these three levels over here, are a possibility for price to do a retest from where it is. So where it's leaving point of control. Okay, so this is the point of control level right here, and now price is heading up. So any of these levels could be the level where it does a pullback. Okay, it could even go as high as this level over here, which I haven't marked out. So we could go here and then come back down again, right? So these are possible areas of re-entry back into the market where you could actually tap back in at a discounted price and ride it downwards. That is if you have the ability to do one of the most important things in the market, and that is being patient, waiting, right? So if you're able to do that, you can catch the really big moves. If you can't wait, then you're going to have to be prepared to hold a bag as you wait for this event that may or may not unfold, right? So I mean, if you only ever want to catch greens, blues in your trading profile, then you're going to have to learn this one simple art of waiting, because then you have a high degree of certainty that market is going to go in the way that you want it to go, because you've waited for the setup to appear. You join it early, it's still 50-50. It might not even go your way, right? You wait, you have a high degree of possibility or probability that it will go your way. So this is what oil is looking like now, right? In terms of where I'm expecting to take place and what it's doing now. So right now it's moving away from point of control. So as it stands, if I'm to say anything right now, I'll be looking for sales in the game. Why? Because I can see prices closed below the so I can see prices close, on the high side of the high value area, right? Which means if this is a ranging market, which it kind of looks like it is, right, it's coming downwards, right? If price is going to continue to go up, it will close up here. It will open and close up here outside of this zone, high value area, and continue to push up. That's what it would do. If it's planning on coming down, it will close under it, and therefore it will come around to the point of control. It might range for a second in this area, and then it will make its way down here as the bare minimum. This is the area that it will come to. Okay, so that's the area that it will come to. You take your TP at that level, right? Take your TP at that level, and then you wait to see if price is going to close down here, right? Because remember, this is a low value node area, which means the setup for a price to bounce from this area to shoot back up is quite high. Even in this area itself, it's quite high for price to bounce off this area and shoot up. So we're expecting price to come down. It goes to one of these zones. It either comes here, right, bounces around, or it comes here, bounces around, and the possibility of it pushing up quite high, right? So what we want is a close under here. Once we get that close under here, that means we can then rejoin market again rejoin market again at this level right here to ride it to the downside because it's going to go lower. And then we have to apply logic to this whole situation. What is the probability that America, right, wants oil above $50 per barrel, right? Chances are they want it below that. So it makes sense to see why price would want to come down, right? Nobody wants price anywhere near these levels. $100 per barrel, $80 per barrel, $90 per barrel, $60 per barrel, $70 per barrel. Nobody wants, because that is the end user that has to pay that at the gas station, right? It's not just it's good numbers for us to speculate on. No, real people have to go and pay these prices, and they don't want that with all of these uncertainty going on around the world. So it makes way more sense for oil to be on the floor than for it to be where it is right now, unless if you happen to be in one of these nations that is big on EVs. So say for example, I'm in the UK right now. There's a massive drive to get everyone on electric vehicles, right? So because of that, they want to de-incentivize the population from even wanting a petrol or diesel vehicle, right? So with that in mind, they have no qualms in UK oil going up, right? It won't, because it's going to stay in line with the price of US oil. But they have no qualms in that going up, because if it does go up, it means most of the population is going to go to EV. The price of petrol and oil can be afforded by larger institutions, so they have no issues with the price. Yes, it hurts the bottom line, but they can still manage it for a while, right? But however, in say America, I don't think, although Tesla is big out there, it's nowhere near as big as they like us to believe that it's big, right? It's nowhere near as big as it is, as they're telling us it is, right? It's quite small. Most people over there are in the Ford pickups and things like that, and those cars are petrol guzzlers. Like we're talking 6 liters, 7 liters, right? 5 liters. Big engines. Like in the UK, it's the biggest car that you could get in the UK, right? If you're not thinking. So you can get bigger, but usually the thinking person that's thinking properly isn't looking anything bigger than 2.5 engine size, right? 2.5 engine size, because they know they don't want to pay the price of the pumps, right? If you're a baller and you got that money to spend, then naturally, you know, you're going to get yourself a 6 liter guzzler, a thirsty beast, right? But for most people, we stick to under that. So hence why I've said what I've said. Now, with everything that I've just laid out in front of you, okay, I'm expecting the price of oil to find itself at the bare minimum somewhere down here soon, okay? It could be today, it could be next week, it could be the week after, but that's what I'm expecting the price of oil to go. Now, with that said, that's the calls that I've put out on the video for today for you guys to look at, follow along, all right? And if you stayed with me up until now, you definitely owe me a subscribe, because you would have known that I've gone above and beyond in this analysis, right? I've actually poured my heart out to you guys to help you get to the bag. Obviously, I haven't done all the work. I've done some of the work. The most important parts of the work I've done for you. The rest is easy, and I know you can do it. So I've left that in your hands. If you believe what I've just shared with you, and you know this is a definite 10 out of 10 analysis, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification, my friends. Turn it on. So every time I drop a video, you're one of the first to see it. And leave us a comment, especially if you have an answer to that question that I asked in regards to why I placed these levels where they were. If you could answer that, that would be amazing. So with all of that said and done, my awesome people from all around the world, I will see you all on the next one.